Welcome students. Today I am going to discuss about Cartesian rearrangement. So in the introductory class we have discussed about the types of rearrangement, where I have given one classification of rearrangement based on the origin and the terminus. So there are some rearrangement where the origin and the terminus are carbon. Therefore, that rearrangement is known as carbon to carbon rearrangement or carbon to carbon shift. So here, in the case of your Cartesian rearrangement, the migration origin is carbon and the migration terminus is nitrogen. So therefore, it comes under the class that is carbon to nitrogen migration, okay, or carbon to nitrogen shift. Okay, first let us define the Cartesian rearrangement. It's a thermal decomposition of carboxylic azides, or I can say azyl azide. A specific example, azyl azide, to produce isocyanates is known as Cartesian rearrangement. Okay, Cartesian rearrangement is the thermal decomposition of azyl azide to an isocyanate in an inert solvent. Here the intermediates may be isolated, the isocyanate may be isolated, or their corresponding reaction on or hydrolysis product may be obtained. The reaction sequence including subsequent reaction with water which leads to an amine is named as Cartesian reaction. So actually the reaction is similar to your Schmidt's reaction with acid, differing in the azyl azide in the present case is prepared from the azyl chloride and azide salts. Okay, let us consider the example RCON3. When it is heated, it is converted into isocyanate. Okay, this reaction can also takes place in the presence of light, right? The acyl azide RCON3, that is N double bond N plus double bond N minus. You can have the corresponding resonating structure RCON single bond N plus triple bond N. Okay, so when it is thermalized or under the influence of light, there is elimination of nitrogen. That will leads to RCON, which has two lone pairs of electron. Okay, when the electron on nitrogen shifted towards the carbonyl carbon atom or between carbonyl carbon and nitrogen, the nitrogen become electron deficient. So here the nitrogen is the terminus. Okay, when it become electron deficient, what will happen to the migration? The migration takes place. The migration of R with its bonding pair leads to isocyanate. So here you should know one thing, that is the migration occur with the full retention of configuration at the R group. Okay, what is the R group? The R group is the migrating group. When there is retention of configuration at the migrating group, after migration, the nature of migration is intramolecular nature. Okay, intramolecular nature. What do you mean by intramolecular nature? So here the migrating group will not completely detached from the origin during the migration. Okay, during the migration. If it is completely detached from the migration origin, then it is intermolecular rearrangement. So here there is retention of configuration at the migrating group. Therefore, the rearrangement is intramolecular rearrangement. Okay. So here is the migratory aptitude of the R group, that is roughly in the order, that is tertiary was greater than secondary than primary. Okay, than the primary. So both secondary as well as your aryl group will have the same migratory aptitude. What do you mean by migratory aptitude? You can define the migratory aptitude as the tendency of the migrating group to shift between the adjacent atom. So that is the migratory aptitude. Okay. The isocyanate formed can then be hydrolyzed to give a primary amine, or which may undergo nucleophilic attack with alcohol and amine to form carbamates and urea derivatives respectively. So I can give the sequence of reaction. An acyl chloride, when it is treated with sodium azide, the chloride ion is replaced by N3 minus ion. That will leads to the acyl azide, which upon heats or when it is exposed to light energy, it is converted into isocyanate, that upon treatment with water, hydrolysis takes place, that will leads to a primary amine. When it is attacked by the nucleophile alcohol, one may end with carbamates. When it is attacked by the nucleophile primary amine, one may end with the urea derivative. That is the important applications of your Cartier rearrangement. Thank you one and all.